Well, hello there. How the heck are you guys? It's me and Roni, the mischievous animal who does everything opposite of what I'm asking of him. The next to impossible dog. That's him. This is him. This is the Roni. Roni full of baloney. White Catahoula dog. Spoiled rotten. Of course. Very spoiled. This one. Sniffing. Doing the dog thing. I gotta admit though, he's getting better. Getting better every day. Roni is getting better. One little chunk at a time. Like for instance, today I brought him down the lake and he knew to just chill by my side while I did my chores. And he was pretty good. A couple cars came by and they had dogs with them. He didn't. Oftentimes he'll run after the car. And it's like, gets me slightly worried because he's running after a car. Probably the people in the car are nervous that there's this big white dog running after their automobile. But also, people do know that we live here and it's more or less the norm for this one here. Oh, chilling. What's going on, chilling with the American flags? Giving me love. And Zoro Vud, V-U-D. Zoro ho, yo, 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 ho, man. What's going on? Kicking off another live stream, trying to keep it real here in Pennsylvania. And Rena says hi. Hi, Rena. How are you today? Want to say hi to my Roni? That's his name, Roni. Like macaroni, rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. Roni, that's his name. He's the white Catahoula dog. And we walk around just talking to people. I convey the dog's thoughts through my subscribers. Rena, yo, 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 what's up? Keeping it real. And Abid, Saru, with little crown emojis, with smiley faces and giving out the love. I'll give you the love right back. Yo, yo, yo. Figured I'd kick out a live stream. We had a little bit of rain. It cooled off. Perfect timing. I had him down the river today. We were checking out all the whitewater kayakers and we were walking up to people and there was other dogs and chilling. Double tap the screen. Why? You want me to make you a, what's that called? A moderator. I'll double tap the screen. What's that do? I just double tapped it. You want me to double tap your name is what you want me to do. Zoro Yud, do you walk your pet? And Abid Saru, no, the pet walks me. I almost have no say in the matter. This dog dictates my life, Abid, and Zoro, and Chillin', and Rena. You guys, I have no say in the matter. The dog dictates my life. He rules my house. I was telling the audience to double click tap their screen on the phone to oh, I see. I thought you wanted me to make you a moderator, because I accidentally did that a couple times. I made people moderators and didn't even know it. I was tapping on their names. I was trying to respond via text. I didn't know you couldn't do it that way. And I was making people moderators. Accidentally, by the way. Yo, 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 what's going on? Chilling. Are you chilling? Roni and I are chilling. Thank you for the likes, by the way. Thank you for the likes and the hearts. There's more hearts. Yo, 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 they're just flying my way. Richard, keeping it real, Northeast Pennsylvania, rural area, Pocono Mountains. It was hot, but the rains came, it got chilly. So I decided to walk the dog. It's probably around near 7 o'clock. My time. Sun's going down. Your dog is cute, Rena. Thank you so much. He's my baby, Rena. Rena, this animal rules my life. I love him so much. I'm addicted to him. And whatever my Roni wants, he sort of gets. Like I had chores to do today, but Roni said no. That's his name, Roni. He said, Daddy, I want you to take me down the park where all the people are down by the river and all the other doggies. Daddy, I'm telling you, Father, this is my dog talking to me, mind you. He said, Father, I want to go down where all the other people are, where the crowds are, where all the other dogs are. So I couldn't tell him no. Plus, I didn't want to do my chores anyway. So I got out of my chores and I took him down this Lehigh River gorge near my house, where all the people get on the river in their kayaks and their rafts. And I ran around with the dog, and little kids were petting him. And some of the adults were asking me what kind of dog he is. And a couple other folks were bringing their doggies down the river on these rafts and big canoe things. And I wish I could bring my dog down the river. I think that would be fun. And chillin', my Roni. Yo, chillin', Roni. Chillin' must be one of my main subscribers because he knows how to spell the name. Roni, R-O-N-I. Chillin'. And Abid Saru says hello. Abid. I have a little saying, Abid. When I say goodbye to people, I say, I bid you adieu. When I say goodbye to people. But that's your name. I won't make fun of it. Or it's at least your handle. So, I'm so happy that it's much cooler out now. It's not nearly as hot as it's been. I'm watching these weather guys, man. I feel sorry for the people in the center of the United States. They're talking high temperatures well over 100. Where I live here in the Poconos, look at me. I'm in a flannel shirt, long pants. It's probably around 72 degrees here, and that's the way I like it. Last night, I had to close the window. It got so cold. My dog didn't like. He likes to look out the window. He wakes me up every morning. He barks at people down the lake. My dog's kind of like my alarm clock, Abid, and chilling. And Rena. I got a living alarm clock. Flesh and blood. My alarm clock is made out of flesh and blood. And probably about a half hour after the sun comes up, this one's got his head out the window, sniffing with them super-powered dog sniffy sniffs. and he starts barking at the people down the lake. And good old me, Richard, gets up, starts doing whatever he wants to do. Him. It's a male dog, by the way. Roni. That could be a male or a female name. But he's a male. He's a Catahoula. Bet you never heard of a Catahoula dog. I never heard of a Catahoula dog till I rescued this one. It's the Louisiana state dog. If you Google it, I guess maybe people in Louisiana, United States, they would know what a Catahoula is. It's not as common as a German Shepherd or a Labrador or a Pit Bull or a Collie or a Schnauzer. I never even heard of him, Abid. Abid says hello again. Yo, it's Richard keeping it real. There's my doggy. You know my dog is ambidextrous because sometimes he lifts his right leg and sometimes he lifts his left leg. So he's kind of ambidextrous, whatever side the tree's on. And a big Saru. Yo. Oh, Forever Blue Roses. Yeah, here in Arkansas, 100 degrees. Yes, I was watching my guy, Max Velocity. He's a YouTube weather dude. I think he lives in Florida, but he does the weather really well. And he's saying you guys there in Arkansas, you're going to be in the 110s. Boy, you better have air conditioning. I hope you got air conditioning. 110. Man, that's warm. Oh boy, that's warm. So maybe you could hang out. I remember when I was a little kid when it went up to like pretty hot. You know, when I lived in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Here, check this yard out. Look what people do around here. This is common. People do this. It sort of livens up the neighborhood, and wouldn't you agree? Look at the size of that rooster. That rooster is as tall as me, and I'm 5'6". And that's their vegetable garden. Isn't that nice what people do to liven up the place? Thank you for the likes, by the way. So, thank you for the likes. My goodness gracious, you guys are so good to me. I'm doing really good. Rena? Is that kind of like Renee or is it Rena? You don't have to answer. Renee is R-E-N-E. So you're more like Rena. So Rena, I'm doing really good. And the person in Kansas, Forever Blue, I remember when I was a little kid, the only way we could beat the heat was we would just get a garden hose and play in the garden hose all day. You know, school's out when you're a little kid. It's July or August. You have one of these heat waves. All the local young children would come over to my house. I was a young child at the time. We'd break out the garden hose and just play in the garden hose, and that's how we kept cool. So I guess that's all you can do if you don't have air conditioning. So, Rena, R-E-N-A, Rena. Hi, sweetie. Thanks for tuning in, hon. I really appreciate you tuning in and all those likes. And Forever Blue, Norma Small One. Didn't seem this hot back then. Laugh out loud. Well, they're calling for a heat wave in your area, in your neck of the woods next week. Where I live in the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania. My house is around 1,500 feet above sea level. So it's relatively cool. Nights are especially cool. So thank God we had one hot spell this year, and that's very rare. I don't think we're going to get any more hot spells like that again. But I really feel for them people who are stuck in that hot weather for days and days on end. I don't know how they deal with it. Me personally, I like winter. I love winter time. I got a coat for this one. My dad was born in Cannonsburg. I never heard of Cannonsburg. Is that the U.S.? I never heard of it. But anyway, Forever Blue's dad was born in Cannonsburg. And where was I? Somebody tell me what I was talking about. Oh, yes. I like wintertime, Forever Blue. Forever Blue roses. I like your little emoji thing there, too. That's pretty cool. And I used to make fun of people that would get coats for their dogs. I used to actually laugh. I would see some person walking by in the wintertime and they would have a coat for their dog. But I turned into one of those people. It actually happened to me. But we do have cold winters around here. I remember one February morning, I looked at my outdoor weather station, and I'm not exaggerating here, it was minus 16. That was the coldest morning we had. Minus 16. It's pretty freaking cold. So yes, Richard bought Roni one of them jackets, and I turned into one of them old farts myself who used to make fun of people that got coats for their dogs. It happened to me. I turned into one of them. And it's a really cute red coat. It goes around his paws, his front paws. It's got like a little collar neck thing. I guess it keeps his neck warm. And little elastic straps that go around the back so it fits tight around his heavy body. The veterinarian, by the way, tells me he's overweight. He's 105 pounds. He should be 95 pounds. So, he's 10 pounds overweight. But when he looks at me and says, "Dad, I'm hungry," and he puts his paw on the food bag, and he crumbles the bag with his paw, I can't say no. How am I supposed to say no to a face like this? Wait a second. How am I supposed to say no to a face like that? Especially when he's looking at you. So I think I feed him too much. I'm spoiling him. And maybe I shouldn't. But I like to make him happy, you know? I walk the heck out of him. So we do exercise. I wear a smartwatch. Washington County, Pennsylvania. Okay, Washington County. So you're pretty close. Poconos, Pennsylvania is about 300 miles across. I'm about 100 miles from Philadelphia, about 100 miles from New York City. I don't know if you ever heard of like Wildwood, New Jersey. I'm a couple hundred miles from that. Ocean City, New Jersey. Northern Jersey is closer to me than southern New Jersey. Those are all sure points I just mentioned that a lot of people may know about, especially if you're from Pennsylvania. A lot of people like to take their young ones on vacation down to places like that. See this house here? Oh, he's peeing. This house has doggies. This house here, and they usually come running. Little dogs, and they bark at my dog, but they're not out today. So Cannonsburg, huh? Pennsylvania. Interesting. I love Pennsylvania, man. Pennsylvania's beautiful. You know, I'm proud. When I lived in Philly, I wasn't so proud of it. But now that I live where I live now in the Poconos, I could actually say I'm proud of it. I'm proud of where I live. Now, how many people could say that? One of my subscribers is from San Diego, California. That in itself is pretty interesting. San Diego. I mean, the weather's always perfect there. The West Coast. One of my subscribers is from Iran, of all places. Another one is from India. Imagine that. Isn't that amazing? This YouTube thing where I'm talking to folks from like India and Iran and Forever Blues Rose where you're located at, that you're able to speak and see me and my dog almost in real time. It's pretty fascinating, isn't it? So I reached a milestone today. Richard, me, Stale Shady, that's my handle. Stale Shady. I'm really not stale. People call me stale. Kind of grew up with that. They say, stale, you're stale. I'm not stale. But anyways, I forget what I was talking about again. Somebody remind me. So, I just ramble on, you guys. I can't help it. It's cool. Forever Blue Roses says it's cool. I remember you now, Forever Blue Roses. That totally rings a bell. This is not the first time you've tuned in. You've tuned in several times before. And I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all the likes. Oh yes, I remember what I was talking about. I reached a milestone today. When I started this whole thing about 3 months ago, it's about 4 months ago now. I've only been doing this 4 months. And I made a couple videos. I uploaded a couple shorts that were kind of stupid. One of them was sliding a beer can across the ice in the winter. And it got like 2,000 views and something stupid like that. So I thought to myself, man, if I can make interesting videos, I wonder if I could ever reach 1 million views. So here it is, 3.5, 4 months later, and I actually got my 1 million views. Now, granted, I have 1,000 videos. Honest to goodness, if you check out my channel, I actually uploaded 1,000 videos. So if you do the math, each video's only got to get 1,000 views, and bim bam boom, there's your 1 million views. So, oh yeah, that's right. See, I told you I remember you. I knew I remembered you. You guys, man, you're important to me. I look at my subscribers. I watch your channels, man. I see where your heads are at. I try to understand what you guys are into. I answer any comments in all my shorts, in all 1,000 of them. Whenever I get a comment, good or bad, I always answer. And I always try to be polite too. Even because sometimes people really say nasty stuff to me, but I don't let it get to me. They call me stupid and things like that. And I just say something like, well, if you think I'm stupid on that video, you should check out the video that I uploaded. And the title of it is How to Screw in a Light Bulb Part 2. Because there is How to Screw in a Light Bulb Part 1. That was one of my first shorts to see how many people would watch it. And a lot of people watched it, believe it or not. And so I tell these people who try to insult me, I say, you should watch my How to Screw in a Light Bulb Part 2. And then I tell them other videos that they might consider watching. So it kind of backfires on them. And also my subscribers gang up on them. I kind of feel sorry for the person that insults me, because some of my subscribers sort of like put them in their place, put the nasties, the people with bad attitudes in their place. And I don't want your guys' help. I mean, I do, I appreciate it, but that's the truth, man. I try to keep it real. When I try not to exaggerate. That's the reason I haven't started a channel, tell my testimonies of the bullies. Hey, listen, I don't blame you. You know, you gotta have an attitude where you just can't let it bother you. Because they said some nasty things to me that maybe it might hurt somebody else's feelings, but it didn't hurt my feelings. You know, they call me like toothless and why don't you brush your teeth? Listen, I lost my teeth young in an accident. Sorry, you know, they say things like that. You know, why you bald? You look like you're 100 years old. Your glasses suck. Things like that. But I don't let it get to me. And maybe it gives me character. I don't know. So, And that's what I do. So my next milestone is I got my 1,000,000 views. That just happened today. Just got my 1,000,000 views today. So my next milestone I set for myself, and none of this really means anything. I don't think it even means anything. Not like I'm going to earn a living off this. I'm not going to quit my daytime job, even though I'm retired. I don't work anyway, but you know, this ain't like some sort of lucrative income. But my next milestone is to reach 1,000 subscribers. Forever Blues and everybody else. I think it's just you, because I only see a number 1 next to the people who are paying attention to me. So my next goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers. And last time I looked a couple hours ago, I was up to 972. 972 subscribers. So that means I only got 28 more subscribers to go, and I will reach that goal. And then after that, I'm just going to keep going strong, man. I mean, I've only been doing this 4 months. I'm just going to keep going. So I guess my next goal is to get 10 million views. Because if I got 1 million in that short period of time, if I just keep plugging away at this, what's to stop me from getting 10 million? Nothing. Plus all those, I have 1,000 uploads, like I said. They're going to keep getting views. It's not like they go away. They're always going to be out there. And I try to put interesting stuff out. I don't talk about nonsense. One of my hobbies is whitewater kayaking. I like to show that off. Another one of my hobbies is I make my own fireworks. I like to show that off. I like to walk my doggy, right? This guy, right there. I think if it wasn't for Roni, the dog, that none of these things I wouldn't even have achieved any of these goals. Because people really just like to see the dog. They could probably care less about me. I'm just like a narrator. That's all I'm doing. I'm kind of narrating the scenes over here. I got 2 videos, 800 views. Hey, you got to start somewhere. That's actually good. 2 videos, 800 views. You love animals, huh? You know how much I love animals? If there's like a mouse in my house, I try to coax it out the front door. I would not set a mouse trap. I wouldn't do it. I even try to shoo the bugs out the window. And if it's too cold, I let them stay in the damn house. Let the bugs stay warm. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start naming the mice and the bugs. I'm going to give them names. It's like part of the family. The point is, I love animals too, Forever Blues. I love animals. I've had all kinds of animals growing up. Had a lot of cats. My sister's always had cats. I love cats. I've had 3 dogs in my life. This being my 3rd. I had a husky shepherd when I was way young, probably around 12 years old. The husky shepherd lived to be around 11 years old. And then I had a chow collie mix. Oh, here comes a dog now. Oh, that must be Shadow. They're saying Shadow. So, and my 3rd dog was a chow collie mix. And that dog was named Sunshine. My first dog was named Ace. Do you ever notice that people name their animals after like their favorite people? Like I named my first dog Ace because I used to love Kiss, that rock and roll band. And the guitar dude in Kiss was Ace Frehley. So I named my dog Ace, right? Suppose I was like a genius, right? And that ain't gonna happen. But just suppose, then I might name my dog Einstein. You know, my friend used to watch General Hospital, and there was this guy, Frisco, Luke, and Laura. They used to name their pets Frisco, Luke, Laura. So, you know, people always name their pets after their favorite prodigies or whatever you might call that. I had one cat. I had a snake in the house. Couldn't get the name for it. Laugh out loud. Whoops, wrong one. I had a few snakes. My snake was named Harvey. I remember the name of my snake. I had a snake. I named it Harvey. I used to sit in front of the aquarium and go, Harvey, and just look at him with the forked tongue. Harvey the snake. And I got him a female snake, and I named the female snake Blanche. I remember all this. And I had tons of gerbils and hamsters and guinea pigs. What else? I'm missing something. I think I had a ferret. Yeah, well, my sister had a ferret. And what else? I know turtles, right? A couple turtles. Fish. Had a couple aquariums. Had African cichlid fish. Then I tried a saltwater tank, and that was a disaster. Saltwater is very difficult. If you're trying to raise fish, saltwater is very tricky. One cat, one snake. Oh, I read that. Yeah, I named my snake Harvey. And what else? It was a garter snake, wasn't a big snake. And some of my friends had big snake. One of my friends had a boa constrictor. Another, the person also had a python. Reptiles. So yes, Richard loves animals too. Aren't animals great? I'll tell you what, this one here gives me unconditional love. When I come home, say I'm out doing something for a couple hours. When I come home, my dog is so happy to see me. You don't get that. You don't get that from your spouse or your mom or dad. They're pissed off you came home. When I come home, this dog is so happy. Its tail wags so violently. It jumps up. His whole body's wagging. His tail's wagging so hard. He's so happy to see me. Unconditional love. He's sniffing out some sort of package right now. That's litter. I'm going to pick that stuff up. I walk around here like a nut cleaning. I pick up all the beer cans. There's a lake around me. I clean up. I go down the lake and clean the lake up. It's not my lake or anything, but I clean it up for everybody else. My snake just showed up. I couldn't get anybody to get him out. Okay. Just showed up, huh? Well, I guess if it's an uninvited visitor, that's different. Animals give us God's love. Yes, they do. Unconditional God's love. And what's another good word for? They're loyal. Dogs are very loyal. Oh my God, there's so many great adjectives. So many great words for our pets in this world. They are so great. I spoil this one rotten too. Forever Blues Rose. This one here, he lays all over the furniture. We have fairly decent furniture. Most people would never let their animals up on the... Well, this one lays all over the furniture. Devoted. That is the word I was looking for. How did you do that? How did you do that? You read my mind. That was the word I was looking for. Devotion. You must have read one of my shorts I uploaded today, because there's no way you read my mind like that. Devotion. You pulled the words right out of my mouth, Forever Blue Roses. I was looking for that word, and you pulled it out of my mouth. How'd you do that? I'm telling you, there's parallel universes around here. There's things with higher powers because that was pretty amazing. That was the word I was looking for. I can't believe it. Good souls, mine are all good. I can't pronounce that word. Schnauzers. Schnauzers. Okay, I think that's what you're saying. I still can't believe you got that devotion out of me. So, there's my house up ahead. There's my house. Want to see it? There it goes. That's my house. I walk around. I live in a small gated community. There's only like a couple hundred houses back in here. There's only one paved road, and happens to be in front of my house. I'm lucky like that. I don't have to go down any hills when we get heavy snow, or I could pull right out because my car sucks in the snow. You really should have two vehicles if you're going to live here in the Poconos, and one of them should be four-wheel drive. Not me. I got a junky Ford Focus with bald tires. It's as bald as I am. And the snow really paralyzes me sometimes around here. I watch the Weather Channel and I stock up on food so I don't even have to go out. Great minds think alike. I think there's some sort of mental telepathy going on here, because that was the word I was looking for and you pulled it out of me. So that's what I'm saying. There's some sort of higher powers going on around here. So this is my house. I'll show you it again. This is where Roni and I live. There's my hunk of junk Ford Focus. There's a cement deer. No, mister. We're going to go down the lake. We're going to show Forever Blue Roses the lake. There's my kayak. Remember I told you I like to do whitewater kayaking? There's my canoe. I live right near a Class 2 river. That means Class 3. Some people might say Class 3. That means rapids. You know, no motorboats on it. You got to negotiate rapids. Let me show you my shop real quick. Remember I told you I like fireworks? Well, here's my shop. This is where I make all my fireworks. That's all my chemicals. Z. Write down the Z. See? Zirconium, there's Z. And here's A. From A to Z. Here's all my tools. So I make fireworks. Isn't that cool? Here, I'm going to show you the lake. Here's where I set some of my fireworks off. I make spinners. This is the ball mill where I make my black powder. Hey, I got a cement deer too. Oh, you got a concrete deer? Very cool. Somebody wanted to buy that off me. And we tried to get it onto a pickup truck. And I couldn't even lift it an inch off the ground. Thing must have weighed 400 pounds. Because I wanted to make a quick couple bucks. But we couldn't even lift it 1 inch off the ground, the cement deer. I also have a cement bear. A cement bear. Next time I go out front, I'll show it to you. But I'm going to show you the lake real quick. This is the lake, you guys. This is a basketball court. Here, check this, right? That's my back gate. There's the back of my house, right? There's a basketball court